Welcome to our online venue tour. Allow me to show you around Prónay Castle, one of the most spectacular event venues in Hungary. Our guests arrive here at the castle reception, where our colleagues help them with the check-in, and it's here where they can also pick up their room cards. 25 hostel rooms and 6 castle suites can be found on the grounds of the castle, and we also have 4 guest houses in the village. This means in the area of Accommodations, including the extra beds, we can accommodate almost 100 guests. In this building, where the reception can also be found, we have 14 hotel rooms. Come along, I would like to show you one of these. In our small hotel wing, 11 hotel rooms and 1 suite can be found. This is the Terézia suite, which we provide as a gift for the young couple. In this building, 3 of the 11 rooms are divided into 2 spaces, thus here we can accommodate families also. Here in the building of the small castle, there are 3 additional suites available for guests. We recommend these for close families especially. Two of our 6 suites can be found here in the building of the Grand Castle. Receptions are often held here in the ornamental courtyard, since there is space for as many as 150 guests. We always have a plan B, just in case. So there is no reason to panic even if it rains, because a reception can be held in the inner halls of the Grand Castle also. 200 square meter Grand Castle provides enough space for hosting as many as 150 guests. Naturally, we also have a kitchen in this building, along with communal bathrooms for the visitors. The guests have arrived, the reception is over, the bride and the groom are ready to go. And one of the most beautiful parts of the wedding program, the ceremony itself, is beginning, which also requires an appropriate place here in the park. The ceremony can be carried out anywhere within the 2-acre park of the castle. It is worth looking around to find the venue of our dreams. We can arrange the ceremony even here on the terrace, in which case the nuptial ceremony itself takes place to the left of the tree and the guests are seated here on the upper part of the terrace. This provides a wonderful experience due to the miraculous background, so photographers also prefer this venue. Another favorite place is the pond shore, or the island itself, which is reserved for the couple, the registrar and the witnesses only, while the guests are seated around the island on the shore. If you take a walk down the hill to the great plane tree, you'll find the perfect shade for the nuptial table and the seats for the guests, while the pond provides the most pleasant background for the ceremony. And the time has come for the congratulations. Bar tables and counters necessary for a reception are usually placed here. We generally recommend the back terrace of the Grand Castle as the perfect venue for this. When the ceremony is over, the young couple walks up to the top of the stairs and the waiters expect the guests on the 2 sides of the stairs with a glass of champagne. Congratulatory wishes take place here. This is also a perfectly suitable place because generally after the congratulations are given, family, friend and group photos are taken, for which this terrace also provides a perfect spot. The stairs, the spectacular castle background and the pond make it the most beautiful venue for taking photos. After the ceremony, the toast and the photo shoot, I recommend inviting the guests for a nice snack. In the space of this time, about an hour or so, the couple has time to take pretty and creative photos around the park, in the castle building or even in the cellar. This is the location where we usually organize the Grove program, when we place the bar tables or even garden furniture in the park, and here guests can taste delicacies like ham, homemade breads, and of course the spritzer is also an indispensable element of this program. It's not easy to include this wonderful, almost 300-year-old cellar into the wedding program. However, it is important to mention that the white wines found in our cellar come from the Badacsony vineyard of the owner's family, and naturally guests can taste them during the weddings. The guests have had their wonderful castle experience, given they have spent time in the castle park, they could see the wonderful interiors of the castle, the ceremony on the pond shore, and perhaps they even had the opportunity to take a glimpse inside the cellar. Following this, we lead the guests to one of the event halls, which has been curtained until now, where beautifully set tables, a spectacularly decorated room, and a delicious dinner awaits them. The event hall is of 300 square meters, so we can comfortably set tables for 150 guests, while also leaving space for the dance floor, the orchestra, and the buffet tables. During the design of the hall, we used entirely neutral colors on purpose so that couples have the opportunity to bring in any color they wish and decorate the hall according to their imagination. It is also important to mention that the hall has air conditioning and acoustic covering, which prevents guests from getting totally exhausted right after the first half an hour due to bad acoustics. The kitchen venue is found in the basement of this building, and here on the ground floor there is a large service kitchen. Guests are served by the waiters from here. For the dinner, we usually recommend the combined gala dinner, which means that starters and soups are served on a plate. Waiters take these to the guests, after which everyone at their own pace can help themselves to the main dish and dessert from the buffet counter. The facade of the building is made entirely of glass, so it gives the sensation of sitting in the garden, which is quite pleasant. The hall is equipped with a built-in projector and projection screen, so it's also possible to show a film during the evening. On the day after the wedding, rooms have to be left until 11 a.m. Breakfast is also served until 11 o'clock here in the breakfast lounge next to the reception. Numerous questions arise with respect to the organization of a wedding. I have collected these and now I will try to answer them. It is important to mention that the Prónay Castle crew provide exclusive use for the time of the wedding, which means within a 12-hour period from the start of the reception ceremony, there are no other guests on the premises of the Grand Castle and the hotel. In case the celebration lasts longer, it is possible to extend this period. Our castle is close to Budapest. It takes approximately 45 minutes to get here from the capital, and another advantage is that we are also close to the airport, so Liszt Ferenc Airport can be reached within an hour too. This is quite important since a lot of guests visit us from abroad. We can also assist in the transportation of these guests. Our castle has a minibus, so upon requests we can transport guests here to Alsó-Petény either from the airport or the capital. Almost the entire wedding party can be accommodated here in Alsó-Petény, as we can provide rooms for almost 100 guests. In case the wedding party is larger than this, the rest of the guests can be accommodated in the close village of Bank, given that the hall is only suited to seat 150 people as mentioned before. Naturally, shuttles are provided for those guests who need to reach Bank during the night. On the day of the wedding, guests can occupy their rooms at 3 p.m., while the young couple can arrive starting from noon so they can get down to their preparations. Naturally, it is much better if the couple arrives a day before the wedding, either only the two of them or accompanied by close family members and friends, because this way they can relax a little and prepare for the big day. If they choose so, they can use the bathhouse. We can prepare a light barbecue dinner for the evening, and this can be a very pleasant warm-up for the next day. On the day following the wedding, the rooms and the premises have to be left until 11 a.m. In case guests would like to stay longer, there is a possibility to do so, for which we charge an extension fee. In the last years, we have carried out several weddings. We loved them all, we got to love all the couples too, and we continue working on making wedding events not just good but perfect. Thank you for joining me today on this online tour. We are happy to see you in person too, whenever you feel like paying us a visit.